at this end of the division, it's always going to be like that. It's never going to be plain sailing. It's never just going to entirely go your way. So, yeah, there were some hurdles, some things to overcome, some things he was doing.
Wardley showed his limitations and his lack of pedigree, and he was very crude with that right hand over the right hand attack, but he showed so much heart and guts and desire. He just kept going for it. He was never going to quit, was he? He was never going to turn around and fold or take a knee.
A bit earlier, we saw it happen already once over in the second round, where I was just shipping punches off on him, and there was a long time waiting for the ref to step in. And then again in the 10th as well, similar going to lose. It's going to be well earned by whoever manages to do that. It's not going to be a simple task for anyone. I don't care who they are.
That's not going to be the case for him, and if he carries on, you know, we certainly would be looking to help him in that way. But
what good of a servant has he been to box?
He's a great guy. I just felt this week, I couldn't, you know, like I've been around him a lot of fight weeks. I just didn't feel any kind of confidence or buzz. And I think when I heard that this fight was getting made, I thought that's a strange fight for him.
Wardley has got a heart as big as a bucket, and some of the punches he took last night, he may not come back from, because he was taking right hands, he was eating them so flush. It was quite brutal to watch at times. I've actually felt sorry for Fabio.
There's a slight difference fighting a world champion, a legitimate world champion for a title, and beating a world champion who's already a world champion. And Fabio Wardley hasn't beat a current world champion to be the champion, has he? Josie Park.
Fabio was not ready for boxing. You no jab, nothing, looking for power shots. It's like he didn't train. He was busy commentating. Little bastard. He was supposed to fucking train in the gym. How many jabs did Fabio chuck?
A bit of boxing skill, what he's learned over the white collar and through the fights that he's been involved in. I mean, he's had a fantastic career, and I don't think this is the end of Fabio Wardley at all, but he showed that he's a bit naive and a bit green. Like I said, his attacks were very crude. I don't know what Ben Davison should have been telling him. Stop throwing that overhand right from out of range. It's like, he's looking for the knockout punch. He's not even got his feet in. Wardley neglected all of his little bit of boxing skill, what he's learned over the white collar and through the fights that he's been involved in. I mean, he's had a fantastic career, and I don't think this is the end of Fabio Wardley at all, but he showed that he's a bit naive and a bit green. Like I said, his attacks were very crude. I don't know what Ben Davison should have been telling him. Stop throwing that overhand right from out of range. It's like, he's looking for the knockout punch. He's not even got his feet in.
Fabio is stumbling around. He's not even aware of his surroundings. It doesn't look like. The doctors are checking on him round after round. And, you know, I said Daniel had big stones to get off the canvas. Fabio Wardley's got a chin of iron because he ate some absolute nukes. Shots that put Anthony Joshua on the floor from Daniel Dubois and probably would have put a lesser man in the hospital that night. I mean, I'm sure Fabio's in the hospital now, but stretch.
Wardley just dropped a bombshell about his fight with Wardley. And what he's claiming changes everything we thought we knew about that brutal war. He's hinting at something way bigger than just getting outboxed.
I don't think he should fight. I genuinely don't think he should take that rematch. I think that's too dangerous. I genuinely think he took way too much punishment, and that was so severe. If I were him, I'd never fight again.
Listen to this. Wardley insists he had Dubois hurt bad in the early rounds, but then something shifted. Something he says wasn't natural. And now he's questioning how the entire momentum of that fight changed so suddenly.
After the fight, he kept his shape. You know, the jabs were working, dominating head to body. He kept slinging that big right hand over the top. Now and again, he's whip it up the middle. He had good feet for a big guy, good feet. And I thought, you look the part. But then there was no plan B that he could rely on if that didn't work. And you saw from round 6, he lost his shape. The shape had gone because there was no plan B. You know, when he get hit, it was like he completely turned. And trust me, this boy's got no coward in him.
Here's where it gets wild. Multiple boxing experts are now backing up Wardley's claims. They're saying what they witnessed ringside doesn't match the official narrative. And the footage, it's raising some serious questions.
Seeing a heavyweight fight that captivating, that entertaining, round after round, backwards and forwards. The heart on these guys, the balls, the bravery. That's what you want to pay. That's what you want to. We hope every time we tune in for a heavyweight championship, you're getting that type of energy. They both gave everything they had. I could watch that.
But Wardley's making one thing crystal clear. He's not looking for easy fights or sympathy wins. He's warning every heavyweight out there that nobody, and I mean nobody, is walking through him without earning it the hard way.
And came through that test, you know, coming off the back of a loss. I was a bit nervy to start off with and a bit all over the place, but I pulled it together and got the job.
Frank Warren just responded with panic in his voice. He's begging Wardley not to retire. Warren knows exactly what the sport loses if Wardley walks away right now. And his desperation? It's telling us everything about Wardley's real value.
Nobody could ever question this young man again. Yeah? All that quitting nonsense. Nobody will ever question him again.
Two-time heavyweight champion of the world under you.
It sounds good, doesn't it?
Eddie Hearn dropped another bombshell. He admits something felt completely off during fight week. Wardley wasn't himself. No confidence, no energy. Hearn's calling the matchup timing suspicious. Like someone wanted this fight to happen when Wardley wasn't ready.
We were in there with a very dangerous fighter in the name of Fabio Wardley. He should be proud of himself.
Duke McKenzie watched Wardley absorb punishment that would have killed most heavyweights. Clean right hands landing flush over and over. McKenzie's worried about permanent damage. The kind of shots that ended careers before they even knew it.
Fight, I think the worst thing that happened was that knockdown in the first round. After that, Wardley was just looking for that right hand. No jabs, no defense, no left hook. Sorry, meat and chicken. You know what I mean? But it was a hell of a fight. He showed the heart of a champion, and I think there should be a rematch.
Carl Frock went nuclear on Wardley's performance. Says he abandoned everything he'd learned and fought like an amateur. No jab, no structure, just wild swinging. But here's the thing. Was that really poor preparation, or was something else going on?
I said he's going to come out faster, yeah, but Daniel recovered well. He's learned. You can learn from his knockdowns before. He learned a lot, you know what I mean? So, yeah, he's done well.
The referee controversy is exploding. Multiple experts are saying the fight should have been stopped earlier. Wardley was stumbling, disoriented, not recognizing what was happening. Yet somehow he kept getting cleared to continue taking massive shots.
You know what I mean? I was sat there saying, my missus, he's still in this, and I was right in. You never know. Or he took it off, put it there, I did not see that.
What do you think of the early knockdowns from Fabio?
Yeah, I half called it. I said he's going to come out faster, yeah, but Daniel recovered well. He's learned. You can learn from his knockdowns before. He learned a lot, you know what I mean? So, yeah, he's done well, Fabio. I'm sure he's doing it.
Do you think he'll get the third fight with Alexander Usyk, Daniel?
Barry McGuigan delivered the most chilling warning. No rematch, ever. The damage was too severe, too dangerous. McGuigan's tone wasn't about competition anymore. It was about survival, like he knows something we don't about what really happened in there.
I think he fought old demons when he got dropped. I think he started to think old demons when he started to think his things weren't working. But you know what was giving Daniel confidence? He kept landing a jab. Every time Wardley threw a right hand, Dubois would stick a jab and it would touch his target. That there was giving Dubois hope that, okay, then I can stand in front of my target and I can land with a jab. And he knew he was softening up Wardley with a jab as the round.
But Daniel Dubois, he's telling a completely different story. Says his corner had to slap him awake mid-fight. That he was losing early and needed to dig into that dark place to survive. Two fighters, same fight, totally different realities.
I think for the crowd, but also a nice fight. Unbelievable. I like it.
Was you surprised about the...
So here's what we know. Wardley dominated early, then everything collapsed. Experts saw things that don't add up. The referee let it continue too long. And now one fighter's talking retirement while the other's claiming victory through warrior spirit. Something doesn't match up here, and the more these fighters talk, the more questions we have. What really happened in that ring? Drop your thoughts below, smash that like button if this breakdown opened your eyes, and subscribe because this story is far from over.
Surprise, but you know, can you give a good performance? You know, he was in the first and then the 4 rounds.
It wasn't the most skilled heavyweight fight I've ever seen, but it was just what the fans wanted to see. The fans wanted that, you know what I mean? That was blood and guts, but God knows the bar, good fight.